Oh, good morning, Axial scale builders around the world. It's your boy Josh, aka Coleman, and you are now watching ScaleWars, Axial's official Battle of the Builders. What's going down, everybody? I hope you're having a good start to your morning, good start to your weekend. Welcome back to ScaleWars, man. I know I'm having a good start to mine so far. Basically, Axial Fest is quickly approaching, so I've been spending every spare minute I have working on builds, which is not a lot of spare minutes. But it's coming. It's coming quick. I've got a bunch of builds in the works. Hopefully you guys got some builds, at least one in the works, and you're gonna be there at Axial Fest. If you are gonna be at Axial Fest, jump in the comments right now. Let me know what you're bringing, man. What you're building. Are you bringing 1 truck, 2 trucks, 5 trucks? How many trucks are you bringing? And I would say something like, you know, leave your campsite in the thing. We'll all link it, but that could get kind of weird pretty quick. So, anyways, you guys, I will be there again this year. I will be filming a lot, actually, on top of filming the Axial Fest movie. I'll also be getting some content for Axial, so it's gonna be hectic for me. I will be there way early, and I might even be staying late. So I am pushing hard right now to get all these builds back here done beforehand. That way I can have a little bit of a breather before I have to rush into the Axial Fest chaos. So anyways, hopefully I'll see all of you guys there. And speaking of Axial builds, of course, why we're all here, ScaleWars. We've got 3 awesome builds today. We're doing something. I don't know if we've actually done this before, but we're gonna go off on some blue ovals today. So I'm not gonna push anymore. You guys probably already saw the thumbnail, kind of got a good idea what's going on. But if you would like to see your builds right here on ScaleWars, you want to get involved. It's not that hard at all. I've had a lot of people write me saying they've had issues and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and clear that up real quick. And I'm going to let you know that I have a video coming out that's going to explain in detail if it hasn't came out already. It might have already came out because chances are it probably already came out because this is kind of recorded a little bit in advance. But I'm going to have a video detailing how to enter ScaleWars. It's very simple. Easy process. You got to have some patience. It takes time for the photos to load, but if you would like to go ahead and give it a shot now, head on over to www.extremescaleperformance.com, slide over to the ScaleWars tab. Everything you need to know is right there. Real simple rules. Sign up, the entry, form, everything. It's all right there. Real easy. Plus on top of that, there's a scoreboard there where you can keep track of the scores from every single episode, which there's a lot so far. So that being said, you guys go over there, leave this playing, get your trucks entered in the meantime, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'll see you guys on the battleground. Let's do this. All right, everybody, welcome back to the battleground. It's about to go down. Go ahead and get ready to jump in the comments. Basically, I like to treat this like an interactive show. Everybody get involved. It's not about me, it's about you guys. So all I do is shine the spotlight in your direction, give everybody the opportunity to jump in the comments and give some feedback. And there's only one rule, really, and that's just, if you can't find a nice way to say what you're trying to say, then just don't say anything at all. It's okay to not like somebody's build. It's okay to feel like they should have done things differently, and it's okay to let them know that, but there's a right and a wrong way to go about doing that, a polite way and a rude way to go about doing that. And here on ESP, we're all about building up the community, building up people, encouraging them to continue building, encouraging them to step up their building, and just help everybody in the community level up, including myself. So that's what it's all about here. Maybe you'll learn something, maybe you'll teach something, but none of that will happen unless we all get interactive. So jump in the comments, get ready to give some feedback, and we're going to dive right on into this. So first up, we have this build right here. Let me go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit for you guys. This is submitted to us by a gentleman named Randy Ross, and Randy is out of South Lake Tahoe, California, here in the United States. He is 43 years of age, and he has been subscribed to ESP for about 2.5 years now. He says he started building back in 1990, and he says he would have been age 16 at the time. So he's an OG. He's been doing this for a minute now, and the project we're looking at right here, he just calls it Wednesday. Simply Wednesday. I've never heard a truck named after a day of the week before. That's actually pretty slick, brother. That's pretty slick. I'm assuming you've got a Tuesday and a Monday and a Friday and all the rest of those. So anyways, the detailed part and paint list goes like this. It's a stock SEX10 2. He says it's got Energy 45 turn motor, Hobby Wing quick run 80 amp ESC, GT power simulated sound system, Quantum 600 milliwatt FPV transmitter. Oh, it's an FPV rig. That's cool. And it says it also has a Spectrum transmitter and receiver and servo, and a 1981 Ford Bronco Proline body with some 3D printed mirrors. Now the build classification is a trail truck, and on a scale of 1 to 10, he rates this one a 4, kind of on the low scale. Now, as far as who we'd like to give a shout out to, he says, Camping with Coleman, RC Everyday, YouTube, my wife and folks, Ninja Flex, Axial, and Axial Fest. He says also the end of Cruising Axial Fest 2017 live, your video. Interesting. You know, that video didn't even get very many views. Yeah, I think it's just because most people thought that that was going to be my Axial Fest movie, or that it would be a high quality video, but it was a live stream in the middle of the woods, and I barely had any reception at all, so it was really low quality. And the fact that that left an impression on you actually really is, that's pretty cool, man. So thank you very much for the shout out. And if you guys aren't familiar with some of like the other people, well, at least RC Everyday, I'm not sure who Ninja Flex is myself, but RC Everyday, his name is Josh as well, I believe, and I gotta give him a shout out, so definitely check him out. He has he actually, I don't think he actually does RC videos every day, but he has some pretty cool workshop videos. He builds some cool hot rods and scale trail trucks and just all kinds of things, rat rods. Pretty cool stuff. So anyways, that being said, I appreciate that, Randy. Let's go ahead and dive into this build now. You guys have had a second to kind of peek at this. What do you think? I guess I can't really zoom in anymore. It keeps backing out. I think right off the bat, it's got a really good stance to it, man. Very proportionate, very clean. It kind of looks like a pizza delivery truck with the FPV camera on top, which I gotta say is really cool. That is a nice small camera. It's really not that invasive. It barely even stands out, actually, and in this picture it kind of blends into the background. You know, it's a little blown out looking. So really cool build, honestly. The second thing that I'm going to say right off the bat is death to body clips. Hashtag death to body clips. I would love to see those disappear. I cannot stand the body clips or body pins, whatever you want to refer to them as. But other than that, I think you did a good job. You got the stance really nice. The proportions really nice. Wheel and tire size really goes with that body well. The mirrors look great on there. And I can see detail through the windows. So I can see accessories and things through the windows, which is great. Unfortunately, I can also see that giant body post through the window. But whatever. I'm nitpicking a little. So I think it's a good looking rig, man. Very, very good start. So let's back out of this. It looks like it's in a garden course there. Zoom in a little bit here. I like the detailed grille. I like the CKRC piece here on the front, the sticker on the front there. Definitely Axial Fest approved. It looks like he's got his tech stickers and stuff there. It's a good looking rig, man, and that camera is so small. I did not expect that. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Oh, looks like you might have lost a mirror on this side, but nonetheless, at least it was there. Those look like the stickers off the SCX-10 Jeep too. The Cherokee. So that's pretty slick that you managed to get those off there. Or maybe they came, I think they come on the sticker sheet actually, if I remember right. You can get them on the sticker sheet too. Underneath, looking nice and clean, very stock, you know, and he had said that this is basically stock, so that's what we're looking at here, but it's also very clean. I don't see any wires. I don't see any wires anywhere, which is very nice. That's good. And on top of that, I really see much under there at all. I'd like to see some rock lights. Would be kind of cool. Also, yeah, I'd like to see kind of like an inner fender setup probably in the back here. Probably in the front too, but I can't really tell. You might already have them. Let's keep it going here. Looking good on the back. Pretty simple. I was trying to think of something you could add here, but I mean, maybe emblems, actual Ford emblems on here, getting the correct Ford Bronco logos on there, maybe print some stickers even. That would be kind of cool with the blue oval on there. But, you know, it's looking pretty good, honestly. I like that you got Wednesday right on the side of it. It says, what does that say? Oh, maker box. Okay, 3D printer thing. That is a tiny footprint for that little camera there. You could put that probably in a lot of places. Another shot of it outdoors on the course. I was going to say, it looks like it has a little bit of a lean, but that's because that front passenger tire is up on the brick a little bit there. It's looking pretty good, man. Definitely a good looking truck. Not a lot really to say because it's basically stock, you know. The body doesn't have a lot going on. I like that we can see some interior action though, and I'm digging that you for some reason I'm digging that you kept the windows all up. Normally I'd like to see them down, but it's kind of cool that you kept them up. It's just the only problem with that is that as this gets scratched up and beat up, it just makes it so hard to see inside, and then it winds up looking a little tacky down the road. But looking pretty good, man. This is a little rough here, the paint job that you got going on around the edge. It just seems like the border is a little off, whereas I would like to have seen that kind of cleaned up. Maybe use some tape next time, mask it off. I'm guessing you probably used the liquid mask, I think is what it's called. I'm guessing that's probably what you used, and that stuff's a little bit deceiving. It's not as easy to use and not as effective to use as one might think. So just some blue 3M tape would probably work best, in my opinion anyways. It's looking good, man. It's looking really good. Oh, my man, there you are. I actually feel like I recognize you from Axial Fest. I'm pretty sure I do actually recognize you from Axial Fest. We spoke a couple of times, I think. Yeah, I'm like 99% sure I remember you from Axial Fest. So that's awesome, man. It's really cool to see you, Randy. I appreciate you taking the time to enter your build, man. It's really weird that I remember seeing, because I meet so many people at Axial Fest and I try so hard to remember everyone, and then when it's all said and done, it's just like a big blur, you know. It's just like mixing a bunch of paint colors together, and then the end everything's just a muck, you know. You can't distinguish any color at all. So that's how I feel about Axial Fest sometimes. I just meet so many people that at the end of it, you know, I can't put a name to a face. It's just so hard, and I'm getting better at it, but that's really cool. And plus you're representing, man. You got the ScaleWars t-shirt on in red, by the way, which is the first one I've seen in red. Really cool. Good choice. You guys, if you want to pick up ScaleWars t-shirts, they should be posted actually below the video right here and above the description. There should be ads for my t-shirts, but in case there is not, you can always pick them up. You can get there. There's links on my website in the store, and you can click on it there and that'll take you to it. Or you can also head to my Teespring. Just go to teespring.com and type in ESP. It might be ESPRC, but I think it's just ESP, and you'll see me pop up on there as well. So all kinds of cool t-shirts and hoodies and everything except for hats. I don't have hats yet, so here soon enough. But anyways, thank you very much, Randy. I appreciate you submitting your build, man. You guys jump in the comments, give him some feedback, let him know what you think of this Bronco. Is there anything you would like to see improved on? Anything you would have done differently? How do you feel about it as it sits? Me personally, I would really like to see some inner fenders. I would also like to see those body pins disappear. And other than that, I think you did a really good job, man. It's a really cool build, nice and clean. Not everything has to have crazy bumpers and winches and roof racks and all that stuff. A lot of times, you know, these rigs should just be clean. And that's what I see here. Lots of stickers, but that's okay. So on to our next build, you guys. Let's do it. All right, you guys, we're on to our second build of the day. This one here is submitted to us by a young man named Jayden Mason. Now, Jayden is out of Victor, Idaho, here in the United States. He is 13 years of age, and it looks like he subscribed to ESP in 2016. Now, it says he started building RCs in 2017, and this here is his first build. Now, the project name is Wraith, and the detailed part and paint list goes like this: SCX-10 rails, axial skid plate, warhead, brushed motor, waterproof servo, RGT bumpers, body stilts, and battery. He says plastic axles. The drive line and arm are RGT as well. He says the tires and wheels are deep wood Duratrack C3, and the body is a Proline Bronco body painted with model paint. Interior done by me, and also I know you hate body pins, so I tried to hide them with the chain. Alright, well, good job. Now, the build classification, he's obviously a trail truck, and on a scale of 1 to 10, he is rating this a 4. Now, as far as who we'd like to give a shout out to, he says, RC Sparks, ESP, my father, my best friend who has a Wraith, Hobbytown USA, RC Everyday, Scaletown, and and Camping with Coleman, aka Josh, or Coleman, aka Josh. Thank you, man. And he says RC skill crawling is not a hobby; it's a distraction from life itself. My truck was entered twice after this, and the reason for that is because my first rodeo was a 1-second ride, so I got back on and a 7.5, hoping you would choose my build. Well, you know what, man? I appreciate the shout out. It looks like you watch a lot of good guys here on YouTube as well, so a big shout out to all of them. And man, I appreciate your support, and I'm just glad to have you in the hobby, man. And well, as you say it, I'm glad to have you in the distraction from life. And good job with using a chain there. So let's go ahead and take a look at what you've been doing here. Everyone's kind of had a second to take a peek at this, and you guys already know what to do. Jump in the comments, give this young man some feedback. Let's see if we can't help him out. So, first thing I want to say is this is a really good looking build, man. Obviously I can see that you're still using body pins. I would recommend a roof rack on top to hide those ones, and the chain works. However, the chain isn't the most realistic approach, just because you probably wouldn't put a chain on the hood of your Bronco in real life. That'd be like a big no-no in real life. So, what I would recommend doing would be the go-to for most people is to use the high lift jack. Is a great option to put on there. Another thing you can do is put like a shovel or something of that nature on there. But you're off to a good start, man. I'm not going to beat you up too much on that. If you would like to continue to improve on the exterior part of the body, I would say go ahead and throw on some windshield wipers. I would say throw on some mirrors. I would say get some lights in the actual light buckets up there on the grill instead of just in the bumper. It's cool to have them in the bumper as well, but also just getting them up there in the real location is a good move as well. Again, with the roof rack would be a smart move. And then, other than that, you're doing a really good job. I wouldn't really tell you to change much. Maybe the tires. I'm not a big fan of these tires, and I know a lot of people pick them because they have the white lettering on them already, and it just looks pretty cool. But you can use different things to get the lettering painted white on some other scale tires, and a lot of scale tires nowadays, well, not a lot, but some scale tires nowadays are starting to come with basically like inset lettering, so you can paint inside of the lettering, and it helps keep it from rubbing off as fast. Just some ideas to throw out there for you. But let's keep it going here. Let's keep looking at these pictures. Let's see here. Little flex action. I like the wheels. The wheels look good too. It looks like you got some hardware going on. I can't really tell in this picture. It's a little grainy, but Definitely looking good. I like the silver paint job. The paint looks really good. Looks like you put some time into the paint. Um, I can see that you did the black lining around the windows and stuff like that. I really like that. I like that you didn't go too crazy on the stickers, but you did put a few on there to represent what you're using here. And also, of course, you have the Ford blue oval on there. Mandatory. Looking good here. Looking really good. I would just take that chain and wrap it around the bumper down here and then get a high lift jack and put it across the hood there. Use some plastic mounts of some kind and turn the jack into your body clips. But that's just what I would do probably if I was in your shoes. It looks really good though. It's a really cool looking build. That bumper looks really nice on there. Oh, we got some interior action. Okay, so it looks like he took the time to try to create some seats and a dash, and then did a little covering with some material here. He's got some nitrous cans in there. Looks like he's got the ammo box sitting over there. So he's definitely putting effort into it. All right, and you guys all got to keep in mind, this young man is 13 years old doing this. So I'm giving him some props here. I think he's doing pretty good. I would give a guy more credit for doing this than I would for simply just doing a pre-bought interior, just based on the fact that this requires some effort. You gotta and you may not be good at it at first, but you gotta start somewhere, and then after you do that, you keep doing it and you get better and you get better, and yeah, experience is the way to go. Experience is definitely the way to go. You get experience from doing it. It's the only way to do it. Yeah. Anyways, I like it, man. I think you're doing a good job. You're off to a good start. Definitely keep it up. What I would recommend doing would probably be on your next one, go all styrene. All right, I can see you use different stuff in here probably, but on your next one, go all styrene. All right, and start with the floorboard first, and then do the firewall, and then do the tunnel, right, which is just the area that covers up your transmission, and then after that, build up, do your seats and things like that, and see how it turns out. But yeah, good job, man. Good job. Let's keep it going here. Little underneath shot here. Good. Good. Wonder what housings those are. If anyone knows what housings those are, let me know in the comments, because it does not say on his thing, and I am not sure. I really cannot tell what those are, but looks pretty good. I'm not sure, but is that cardboard that you're using under here? Is that what you're using to build up your interior, or no? Just let me know. If it is not, I'm sure it could work. Well, obviously it is working for you, but you may have already found out by now that cardboard and water don't mix very well. So as you start to go out and do some trailing and get in some rough, nasty, wet conditions, that could go south pretty fast for you. Another thing you could do if you're going to use that is just paint it all black underneath, and it'll just look a lot better there. You don't have a lot of wires showing, but you do have some showing, so I would put a little effort into hiding those wires a little bit better. I do see that you used a zip tie there, so you are trying to manage them, so you will get some points for effort there as well. But I don't like to say to paint the wires, because I have said that in the past, but I'd like to avoid doing that because it just doesn't work sometimes. So just some sort of loom is usually the best option. Let's keep it going here. Here it is, another shot of it there. It's not a bad looking rig, man. Not a bad looking rig. You're off to a good start. Definitely off to a good start. Another shot of that interior just from the other angle there. And it looks like you even tried to put some kind of rearview mirror or something in there too. It's pretty slick. What's in the back there? A spare motor back there. Looks like a little V8. looking pretty good, man. The paint, though, is really killer. I'll give you props on that paint job. It's really awesome. That's it. That's all the pictures we got. All right, so there he is. Everybody say what's up to my man, Jayden Mason. Big shout out to you, buddy. Your truck's looking killer here. I got to say that, honestly, you're off to a great start. There's not a lot I would tell you to change up right now, especially since this is your first one. I would say, honestly, well, there's a better shot of your Scale hardware there. That actually looks pretty good on there. I would honestly say, you know, just little things. Add the additional lights in there. Get the proper lights. You know, I would take another crack at the interior after this one. You get wore out of this one. Take another crack at it. And this time, you know, go with styrene and kind of do as I said there. Start with the basics. You know, just start with your floor pan and try to get it as low as you can get it. Right, build it around the interior, or around the chassis, around the transmission and everything. Right, don't be afraid to add dimension to it, and you know, some disc brakes, of course, and the standard stuff. Getting some scale hubs on there, inner fender wells. You know, there's like all the standard things that I'd like to recommend to people. I would definitely start looking into that as you build more and more. But honestly, man, I think that for your age and for this being your first build, you're ahead of the curve already, man. You've really got the right idea, and I am eager to see what the future has in store for you as far as your build. So keep it up. I'm definitely excited to have you here. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you subscribing, and I appreciate you submitting your build, my man. You guys know what to do. Jump in the comments. Give Jayden some feedback. Let him know what you think of his build. How could he improve it? What could he have done differently? What did he do correctly? Do you guys see anything here that's maybe similar to a Bronco you've built? Or have you maybe built a Bronco and you've got some ideas you'd like to share with him? Go ahead and leave those in the comments below. That being said, if you'd like to submit your build, maybe you have a Bronco and you want to see it here on ScaleWars, head on over to the website, link in the description below, www.extremescaleperformance.com. Slide on over to the ScaleWars tab, and everything you need to know is right there to enter your builds. And yeah, things will be changing up here very soon. So definitely pay attention to the website. That's all I can say. That being said, on to our third and final build of the day. Thank you, Jayden. Let's do this. Alright, you guys, we're on our third and final entry of the day. Kind of getting a little bit more extreme on this one. This one's technically not an SCX, hence more of a 1.9 Wraith, but it's still a Bronco, so I threw it in the mix. I wanted to show a little bit of variety in the Bronco game. So this one that we're looking at right here, you guys, this one submitted to us by a gentleman that goes by the name of Magnus Karlsson. And Magnus is out of, what's it say here? Oh, how do you pronounce that? Jönköping, Sweden. You guys let me know if I pronounce that correctly. Jönköping, Sweden. And he is 46 years of age. Looks like he's been subscribed to ESP since, well, he says have been subscribed to ESP for a couple of months. But this was, I don't know how long ago this was. This was submitted a while back, so we'll say like half a year maybe by now. And then started building RCs in 2013, and this project we're looking at right now, he calls this one RC Diesel. Now the detail part and paint list goes like this. Oh, before that, he actually says, saw on your show that you made some 1.9 race. Here's one from Sweden. Awesome. Oh no, that I had some 1.9 race, not that I made. Okay, misread that there. And he says, here's one from Sweden. So stoked to have you not only submitting your build, but also just watching from Sweden. I'm always honored to have people from other countries and just different parts of the world watching and supporting Extreme Scale Performance and what I'm trying to do here. Sometimes I say we, but it's just me doing this, and I'm a one-man band, and you know, the fact that I've managed to reach all the way around the world, it just blows my mind. So thank you very much for your support, sir. I do appreciate it. Now, let's see, the detail part and paint list Detailed part and paint list goes like this. Chassis is Axial Wraith cage, Axial Wraith skid plate, Axial Wraith stock gearbox, modified Axial Wraith bumper and stinger. Body is Proline Ford Bronco. Axles, let's see, it says Maverick Scout with Axial interior. Maverick Scout with Axial interior. Interesting. Okay. Links are custom made. Drive shafts, customized Axial Wraith stock. He says motor is a hack motor 35 turn brushed. ESC is Axial AE2. BEC is Castle Creations. 6 volts. And then he has for servo, he has a Savix SC0252 CMS setup. He says customized. So he has his own customized CMS setup on here. I see. Let's see the lights. He says he's got custom made with 2 individual light kits. One that's controlled from the radio and one that lights up with the ESC. And he says light bars are Axial. The one in the back is from the EXO, and so is the scale radiator in the back also. He says wheels and tires. The wheels are Proline Fault Line 1.9s, and he says they're the black beadlock wheels. And he says the tires are from the Vetera Twin Hammer RTR. Scale accessories are Proline NOS tank, Axial honcho, backplate with fuel tank, rattlesnake. Yeah, he's got a quad, he's got weapons, and then the driver is Chris from Resident Evil. And build classification. It's kind of dual purpose. It's a trail truck, but it's also kind of like a crawler / U4 rig. So a little bit of multi-purpose there. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, he rates this an 8. Now, as far as who we'd like to give a shout out to, he says, I'd like to give a shout out to my fellow crawlers in Shit Lake RC. In Shit Lake RC Freaks, sorry. And then he says, and to you guys that make YouTube channels that's inspiring for others, and of course 1.9 Wraith crew on Facebook for inspiration for this build. Alright, so shout out to all you guys, appreciate that. I myself am a member of the 1.9 Wraith crew, even though my 1.9 Wraith is yet to be finished. Maybe one of these days I'll get that done too. But yeah, so that's basically what we're looking at here. Let's go ahead now and take a good close look at this. You guys have had a minute to kind of eyeball it from a distance there. Let's take a look here. First thing I'm noticing is really standing out to me is the axles. I'm not sure if those are painted or what, but it looks like they're painted. And the cage looks to be painted as well. So very interesting, very, very interesting. It's not too often you see that. Usually only overseas do I see that, especially in like trial trucks and stuff like that, the 6x6s. There's the snake. There it is. I was wondering where it was. Okay, so there's the snake right there. I'm curious if that has any meaning behind it. Light setup is killer. I like how you did this, man. This whole thing is looking pretty nice right now. Got the guy in there. Got light action going on in the dash. It's looking pretty good, man. I really like this, actually. I love what you did here with the, the way there's like no doors and it's properly trimmed around the cage and stuff. Looks really good. I think you did an awesome job on this, man. This is really good looking rig. Lots of wires going on up top up here, but yeah, that's not too bad, I guess. It's just how it goes sometimes. From the back, looking good. Nice booty shot there. I like the cool little skid plate with the Wraith sticker on it as well. That's a nice little touch. Man, this thing's slick, dude. You really did a good job on this. I see that there's actual lights in the back here too, but the housings themselves are actually painted. So that's a cool touch. I like that as well. Very nice. Very, very nice. Sweden knows how to build some 1.9 race. Look here. Underneath, looking nice and clean. Very little drive shaft exposure. That skid plate looks like it does a heck of a job. Same in the other side, the front side here. Looks like he used tape here to do the bottom side of this, so I'm not so sure how I feel about that. It is a pretty slick, easy way to do it. Just to get like inner fenders, you know, on short notice. But I don't know though. The thing I don't like about that is it's just not the proper texture or anything, and it's not solid. It just seems a little funky, especially compared to how nice the rest of this build is. So I would like to see some real inner fenders here. It's just something I would really like to see. And I am sure that after looking at this build that you would be able to pull that off no problem. Let's keep it going. Very nice profile shot. Nice shot right from the side. That looks good. And see, I can see that tape again up there. And seeing icon shocks and then right next to that seeing tape just kind of throws me off a little bit. Looks good though. That driveline angle is a little steep, but not too bad. Got the scale hubs on there, front and rear. Looking very nice. I'm wondering if there's any disc brakes, and I can't really see too much. Looking good here as well. Kind of want to see this. Okay, there we go. I see what's going on. Painted part of that there. Not too bad, man. This thing looks good. Got the hinges on there, so clearly the hood opens. That orange is a nice offset too, and I like the yellow. Yellow on the lights, orange on the axles. Nice offsets in color. I really like that actually. A lot of people stick with, I don't know, some people will overdo it on matching their colors. I like it when you break it up a little bit. Not so sure about that sticker or whatever that is right there, but other than that, this thing's looking pretty good, man. There we go. That's what I was hoping to see, some interior. And wow, man, this guy is like ready to go to war, isn't he? He's got all the artillery in here, man. Guns everywhere, and he's holding it down. Got the fire extinguisher. That's a good thing. I like that you got his hand ready to grab something or shift gears, one of the two. Looks really good, man. You did a good job on this. Maybe like some wire loom though on those would really clean up those wires in the corner. Kind of funny seeing the ESC right there, because it's the same place that I basically put my ESC, but it's still in the box. So I put the ESC inside of the receiver box and I mount it right there basically in mine. So that's kind of funny. Looking good, man. Another profile shot. Yeah, I'm not seeing any disc brakes in there, so some disc brakes is definitely something I'd recommend, and some inner fenders. It's looking good. There's not a lot to really say there. Some stickers on there. The only thing, I don't see no ESP stickers. I think somebody needs to get some ESP stickers on this bad boy. We ship to Sweden. Alright. There he is. There he is. Alright, so Magnus Karlsson. Appreciate you taking the time to submit your awesome 1.9 Wraith build, sir. Thing looks killer. I'm trying to think of recommendations I can make. There's not a lot, you know, just the basics, the disc brakes, inner fenders, you know, there's really not a lot I'd tell you to do. I am tired now. Alright, so, I don't know. What do you guys think, man? I want to tell them, I'm going to actually go back through these pictures just real quick. You could add some lights on the interior here. You can make the steering wheel move. This thing's up, you know, at that level. You could pull some of those things off now. And it would really be cool. Four-wheel steering would be a nice touch. Dig would be a nice touch. What else would be a nice touch in this? That's really it, man. There's not too much more I'd say to do. a CB, you know, when it comes to the skull interior. No, you know, I think it has that on the stickers already anyways. There's really not much more you can do, man. I think you are really, really killing it with this. Definitely on a good job. You could probably put the snake in a cage. It would probably be a little safer. But other than that, man, good job, man. Good job, Magnus. Thank you for representing, holding it down for Sweden, showing us how you guys do it out there. And, you know, if you guys want to try to top this man, you already know what to do. I want to see those builds. Go ahead and head over to the website, www.extremescaleperformance.com. Get them builds entered. Slide on over to the ScaleWars tab. Everything you need to know is right there. You can see your build here on Extreme Scale Performance. Take the spotlight, get the feedback, and you never know what's going to come from it. You could learn something. You could teach something. One of the two is always bound to happen here. So I appreciate you guys spending your mornings with me. It's fun, man. Every Saturday morning we're here doing this. If you want to support, you can by subscribing, by clicking that like button. If you really want to support, put your money where your mouth is. You can jump on over to Patreon. We have a cool thing going over there. It's been kind of quiet over the last couple of weeks because I've been making some changes, but it's about to kick back up again. And yeah, there's some cool stuff going on. So anyways, you guys, you can also pick up merch, all that ScaleWars merch, all that. And there's some big changes coming down the pipeline. So I'm not gonna say nothing just yet, but things are happening. Not gonna happen. Things are already happening. As of yesterday, things started happening. So yeah, fingers crossed it's all for the better. Love you guys. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your Saturdays. Go out and do something positive. Go out, burn some batteries. You already know what it is, man. Hit the trails. I'll see you out there. Piece of chicken grease, fam. Yeah.